Hello.
Hi.
Huh?
Hi.
Don't do that.
Kirby. Alright, so, picked up 31 rounds. Where are we going?
Maybe through that green... No, I think you came from that green door, so I think...
Have you been up there?
No.
How do I get up there? So we were talking about last episode about, big budget movies, and here's... One of my things is, a movie that's got, like, a substantially large budget has a lot of people doing a lot of, like, good work on, like, the sets and the props and the effects. And, like, usually that stuff is good. Like, even in, like, a lot of, like, the prequels, for example, or a lot of the DCEU movies people like to shit on are, like, have, like, people worked hard and did...
Yeah, people worked hard and...
What about Pacific Rim Uprising, Graham?
I haven't seen that because Pacific Rim is one of my favorite all-time movies of all time. And everything I've heard about has just made me not want to see it because it's just everything. Basically, what I've heard from Pacific Rim Uprising is that it's the dumb movie everyone thought Pacific Rim was.
That grenade did nothing.
And yeah.
Aren't they making an anime or something out of it though?
Pacific Rim, they should. I think that's Guillermo del Toro what he wants to do.
I swear I heard something like that.
But yeah, it like I genuinely believe that a lot of movies, like comic book movies in particular, that are most of the time poorly received. A lot of the time, the director isn't like, oh, I'm just gonna make a cash grab, or I'm like putting in for. They're like, oh, I want to tell this side of the story. I want to tell this kind of story. And they genuinely expect, like, oh, like there are gonna be people who are gonna like this, and sure they can a lot of times be misguided. Like I highly doubt that whoever Joel Schumacher put any amount of serious effort into Batman and Robin. But even then, the costumes of Batman and Robin are, like, aside from the obvious bat nipples, they're all well put together. Like Mr. Freeze might have been horribly misrepresented, but he had a decent costume. Like, that was intricate and had a bunch of parts with it.
Someone had to design that.
Yeah, someone had to design it.
And the other thing, I don't like any sort of criticism that, like, assumes without any, like, evidence that whoever was making it wasn't really trying.
Yeah.
Like, unless you have, like, proof of, like, the director saying, I don't like this, this is beneath me, or whatever.
I think the Hobbit movies get a lot of hate because people like to say, oh, Peter Jackson, like cried on set or something, and yeah, Peter Jackson didn't want to direct the Hobbit films. He wanted Guillermo del Toro to do it, but when Guillermo had to back out, and his love for wanting to see this story told, outweighed what he felt like. Oh, like this, he felt like the Hobbit was just out of his reach to do. And despite those problems, there's still a lot of really good elements in the Hobbit.
Well, I feel like because I feel like Guillermo's Hobbit would have been shit. It wouldn't have been shit. Guillermo's Hobbit would have been different than the Lord of the Rings in a certain way.
Yeah.
Well, did they ever give the reason for, like, pulling the plug onto his version?
No, like, it wasn't that they pulled the plug. It was the pre-production. Like, the production was taking so long that he had other projects that he wanted to do, so he had to back out.
Oh, right, okay. Because they threw so much money into it that they're like, well, we have to make it.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't really an option for them to be like, let's just not.
And spoiler alert for the end of the last movie. The last movie is its own heap of issues, but my God, Thorin Oakenshield in that movie is like, Richard Armitage just plays him like a Shakespeare king, and it's worked so well. And the ending, like, I was watching it with my dad, and my dad teaches The Hobbit, like, every year. He like recently just retired, but he's been teaching The Hobbit every year for like 20 years or so. And they're getting towards the end, and have you seen End of the?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Because everyone like he knew like Thorne's gonna die.
Unless they changed it.
Yeah, unless they change it, which that would have like instantly my dad would have hated it. But he was worried that they weren't gonna do like the speech that Thorin gives Bilbo.
Oh, did they do it? I don't even
No,
remember.
they did. The speech was like,
if more people valued like merriment
yeah.
or whatever.
So they not only did that, but they also added in go back to your books and like that oak tree, because that whole thing with him talking about like an oak that he was going to plant that wasn't in the book.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually like added stuff in that like made it even better. My dad just started crying. Like one of the few times I've seen my dad cry like at a movie.
Jesus. So, one of the things I know about that movie was that since they spent so much on the pre-production for Guillermo's movie, there wasn't really pre-production for the Peter Jackson movie. They just went and did it, and they just started. They were like designing the sets and stuff like as it was being filmed.
Yeah,
which is like not good.
No, it wasn't, and yeah, they that whole love plot thing could have been taken out.
I'm running low on.
But they did need to have a female character in it because there are no female characters in The Hobbit. I did appreciate how they kept it that Keely they had Keely fall in love with the elf girl, but they kept Keely's death at the end. Because like Philly and Keely, like they all you hear about their death in the book is that they died protecting Thorin's body. So I like that they kept like the they had like a tragic element towards it.
Mm-hmm. But Legolas running up those
God
bridges should have just been 2 movies. What was the reason for 3 movies? Been like they realized it wouldn't have made enough money or something like that.
Probably. It also they did put in a bunch of stuff in Silmarillion. And even like just looking back on it, I don't even really see how it could have been. Like with the stuff that they had in, I don't see how it could have been. Like,
well, they would have taken out a lot of stuff,
yeah.
And then there would have been a lot of the stuff in the movie would have ended up being part of like whatever extended edition we would have got.
Yeah,
instead of the extended editions being like 2 minutes longer and being barely anything substantive.
I was I think like the ending of the first one is like a great ending point, so I don't know how much that would change. I did remember feeling like
well, the arc would have been a little bit different.
Yeah, I did feel like in the second movie they should have killed Smaug in the second movie because he just dies in the beginning of the third one. It doesn't really have as much emotional weight.
Doesn't he die before the title?
I don't.
Well, they spend all their time with that weird fake climax for Smaug that's not in the book. They should have just done the actual climax and cut the crap.
Yeah. Yeah, like obviously The Hobbit could have been done better. There is also the fact that I know a lot of people say like, it doesn't feel like Lord of the Rings, and that's because like fundamentally it's very different from Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings is an epic, The Hobbit is a children's story.
Yeah, if they wanted to make a faithful adaptation of The Hobbit, it wouldn't have jived with the Lord of the Rings, which is to me is fine because I know that I'm not like gonna obsess about it, but I'm sure there's some people who would have been like, oh really? Yeah. And you kind of look at a studio like, oh, you want this sequel to appeal to a different audience than the original? Why would you do that? So it is also interesting just the reason. So the Lord of the Rings movies should have never worked because Peter Jackson was not a very well-known director at the time. I think he made some obscuro horror movies.
Yeah, and then one with like Michael J. Fox that was very well received. That's sort of like what entered like his, but like sort of gave him some credibility. And then he would just shop around like all these like, hey, I want to adapt the Lord of the Rings like all just in one movie, and just give me the money to do it. And the reason he went with
I heard it was he wanted to do it as 2 movies, but most studios were only willing to pay for 1.
Yeah.
And then New Line wanted to pay for 3.
Yeah, like they're like, well, why not just do 3? And then it's interesting to me how much that changed to The Hobbit, where it was like originally going to be 2, and like, no, we have to do 3. And where, yeah, it was. I feel like we'll never be able to recreate the success of Lord of the Rings, because not only did they accomplish adapting like an unadaptable book series by some, it did with such faith to sort of just all the practical effects that they had to do. They just spent 3 years just together filming 3 movies.
They filmed it all at once. I guess they filmed all the Hobbits at once, didn't they?
I think.
Don't know. So anyways, the game we're playing is
Halo. I don't think we mentioned Halo once this episode.
We've just been like commentating over our playthrough of Halo.
Yeah.
As I've been.
That's a jackal.
I feel like I've been doing better this episode than in any other episode.
Yeah. Which isn't saying much.
I know. I've been shitting and just rubbing it all over the controller for the rest of the other episodes.
Don't put ideas like that in people's heads.
Please don't. Oh, God. Oh, did I kill it? Shit, fuck. Oh, God. Did I get stuck with something?
Maybe?
I ran out of ammo for my rifle, so... Can I pick up... do these guys just have shields?
Yeah. They have shields and plasma pistols. Yeah, so Covenant weapons, you can't replenish ammo, you can just pick up new ones because they're battery off, like they run on a battery, not ammo.
What a great design for a weapon.
Well, the idea is that the Covenant know how to recharge their weapons. We don't. Like, we still have to be able to figure that out.
He had an energy sword?
Yeah. Yeah. What else, like, movie-wise, can we talk about while we're playing video games?
Video game movies.
Ooh. I wonder if a good one has come out yet. By the time...
Hopefully Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, hopefully Detective Pikachu. That I have high hopes for, because it just looks like it's having fun with itself. And
oh yeah, having fun with itself.
That's,
oh shit.
Here's, like, another crazy thing about that movie. Bill Nighy's in it.
Yeah, I wonder who he's gonna be.
No, he's playing, like, the mayor.
Is he the mayor?
Yeah. So
you hear his voice in the first trailer.
He's probably gonna be the villain, because I feel like they're not gonna have Bill Nighy as just a mayor in the background.
Yeah. Well, some people are like, he's Giovanni. I'm like, he's not Italian. He can't be Giovanni. But I kind of would like it. I don't know. But I know, I thought they were also saying that they are gonna make a Pokemon Red and Blue movie. So wouldn't you want Giovanni in that? Yeah. I don't know anything about. I know Mewtwo is the villain in the Detective Pikachu game, but I feel like I've heard there's a human villain in this movie.
Well, Mewtwo's in the second trailer.
Well, yeah, I know that, but like there's more than just Mewtwo here.
Well, when it looks at the trailer, like people are like cloning like Greninjas or something.
Oh, you think those are clones?
Yeah, because they come out of pods.
I thought they were just like hiding, but I guess you're right. They could be clones.
We'll find out.
Where are you?
He's laughing at you.
I know he's laughing.
Get behind cover and have your shield to charge because you don't have any health.
This is. Ugh. It's like when you go to Six Flags and like, have a great day. You know what I'm talking about?
What?
Have you been? What was the last time you went to Six Flags?
Middle school.
The last time I went to Six Flags, the guys there are like, have a Six Flags day. Right before you get on the ride. This doesn't.
No.
You don't remember this?
No, this didn't happen to me in middle school.
How do I free these people? How do I liberate my people?
You gotta
Oh.
RB to open the doors. RB to pay your specs. I think you did it.
Oh, yeah, I did it. Oh,
Woo!
we did it.
You're in heaven.
So, do you know how much time we have left?
We're like 11 minutes in. I started late.
Okay. I imagine like every time I ask you that, people are like looking at the like how much time has actually elapsed, and
Yeah.
they're like, "These guys are fucking wrong."
Yeah, we're absolutely wrong about like judging. Like, yeah, it's been about like 2 minutes. But it's been like half an hour.
We've been playing this game for 17 years. We've been in this basement recording our Lego Halo Let's Play.
No, Halo was Mega Bloks. They didn't release Lego Halo.
Was there really Halo Mega Bloks?
Yeah.
Too adult for Lego. Too much weapon.
Yep.
Too much hay, not enough low.
Hey, low. Hey.
Dated old meme. 7 out of 8. Too much water. It's too much water in Pokemon Sapphire, guys. Sorry. IGN.
Halo. Name drop. They said the name. They said the name again.
Halo is a weapon.
Oh.
For a second, I thought he was like Chief Cortana, and I was like,
What?
What? She's the chief.
Plot twist of the century.
Shut up and get behind me, sir. Is that the name of the mission?
Yep. Or that's like the name of this like part of the level. Halo missions, like especially when we get to Halo 3, they just have like the checkpoint titles are like really cool. Like there's one like where you have to like flee a base, and the checkpoint title is last one out. Hit the lights. It's just so.
And Graham's like, oh yeah, this is real good game.
No, like Halo 3 is legitimately great. Like Halo got me evolved. Like we're starting with this because I feel like we have to start at the first of the trilogy. But I cannot fucking wait for us to get to Halo 3.
I can't wait for us to get to Halo 5. Combat de-evolved. Investigate 311.
What?
That's an Eric Andre thing. There's like a bit where I think it's an episode with Tyler the Creator. Someone like hops out from behind the desk and goes, investigate 311, and then just starts dancing.
I'm this happy everyone got to see me. What the
Investigate 311.
I know it's hilarious when you're watching a Let's Play and people are just talking about memes, but that's the thing about Let's Plays is because when you're trying to talk and play the game, you're not playing well.
No. Like I'm just doing better just because I've just played like enough Halo that by this point it's just like muscle memory.
You're saying that people in the comments like you think you're so good at Halo.
It's also because we're playing a normal. Like I tried playing Halo Reach, the multiplayer, did not go well last time I played it. It was like a few weeks ago.
Halo Reach on this Xbox 360 or Halo Reach on. So what is the timeline?
Okay, so it's of the official Halo video game releases. You have Halo Wars, which is like supposed to be like just a few years into the start of the actual war. Then you have Halo Reach, which is right before this game. Then you have Halo Combat Evolved. That's Master Chief's pain. Then you have Halo 2. Halo 2 picks up like a few like months after Halo. Then Halo 2 is Halo 3 ODST, because the story of Halo 3 ODST takes place mostly during Halo 2.
But
before
Halo 3
Halo
came
3,
out before.
Yeah, Halo 3 came out before, which is why it's called Halo 3 ODST.
Why not just call it Halo ODST?
Because originally it was going to be like a DLC. It might have even been. I don't know if it was physically released first. ODST, that is another like really great game. It has Nathan Fillion in it.
I've heard that. I know
Yeah.
he's in.
Mick, when we play this, Mick is going to talk about how it's just there's a reason. It's actually just like a retelling of Dante's Inferno.
Oh God. What am I supposed to do?
I think. Oh. This is not what you're supposed to do. This is like extra story stuff. Yo, mama.
Oh, I'm 14 and this is deep.
Oh.
Sadness and despair. I am unworthy. I was not made. Oh my God, it's fucking Mewtwo. This is. Have you ever seen Star Trek: The Motion Picture?
I have not, because according to my dad, it's just falling asleep.
So the thing about Star Trek: The Motion Picture. So the reason it's so boring is it is a script. There was a planned sequel series to the original Star Trek that floated around in the 70s that never got made. It was called like Star Trek Phase 2. Some Trek it'd be in the comments. It'll say what it's supposed to be called.
Yeah.
But there was a script from it. I mean, obviously they wrote a couple scripts for it, and the first movie which they like put into production after Star Wars was so successful was adapted from a script for that episode. For an episode, it was poorly adapted.
Yeah.
So a lot of the and to balloon it from like a 45, 50-minute TV episode into a feature-length movie, they just added in a lot of lengthy shots of cutting back between like when Kirk gets to the Enterprise, it's like a 5-minute scene of like him looking at the Enterprise, and then there's a shot of the Enterprise, and then cut back.
Yeah,
to a shot of Kirk
that's
looking.
like my dad told me. It's just so many shots of them just
And there's a lot.
slowly walking forward.
There's a
Thank
lot.
God they made Wrath of Khan, which is just an objectively great movie.
Yeah. But so when you actually get to the plot, the actual plot isn't that bad. The actual plot is like there's like this computer that's like getting into people's minds. It gets inside like the bald lady's mind, and she's like looking for her creator and like her maker, and she wants to understand what her purpose is. And it turns out that it's actually one of the Voyager probes.
Yeah.
And it is like just gone off like beyond the grid, like through the far reaches of space, and now has like a mind and is trying to understand.
Yeah. There's actually a theory that because the probe was like apparently like what found like a race of living machines that changed it. There's a theory that that race was actually the Borg.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's what drew the humanity to the Borg protection.
Well, that's right, because all the Borg look kind of human-y, but they must have been. Someone knows the lore behind the Borg, and it's like, this is what it is. Because they do look like humans, but they ran out of something they looked like before they found humans, right?
Well, to be fair, a lot of the aliens in Star Trek look just like humans.
Yeah, that's true. It's not very high budget. How are we doing time-wise?
We're like a few minutes away from ending.
Okay. These levels are fucking. I can't tell where I've been. I feel like I've been through here. This looks.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
This is not a place where it is aged well.
No.
Because in a video game, you want to be able to discern things. Like unless they wanted it to be like a labyrinth, but even in stuff like.
And if I wanted a labyrinth, where is David Bowie?
Metroid.
This is where he came from.
No, but I guess I got kicked me from before here because. So with Metroid, like a lot of the areas look distinct, even though the levels are like labyrinthine. Do I just wait for the? Aw, congratulations. You're engaged. I hope the wedding goes well. I hope it doesn't end up poorly.
Not like the red wedding. Spoilers.
Or the purple wedding.
Oh man, we're trapped in here. We're screwed. We're screwed, man.
You know, by the time this comes out, Game of Thrones will be over.
Yeah.
That's. Drop it in the
And I'm
comments
sure
what
the-
the ending of Game of
And
Thrones is.
I will be so surprised if they manage to not disappoint a lot of people.
Oh, I know.
Like
Me first and foremost.
Yeah, there's like the ending of a series is one of the just. Oh,
Wait, what? What?
he died. So
He died, so it ended. Okay, I was like,
it's an escort mission.
Oh.
Woo!
All right.
All right. Let's end.
Let's end there then. That's
yeah.
a good spot.
All right. Thanks for watching. Please watch again.
Please don't.
Otherwise, Casey won't be able to eat.
Not because we won't be able to pay for it, but because Graham won't give me food.
No. Please watch.